Welcome to the Warrior Mindset Podcast. We're your guide as you make your way through life, getting better 1% every day. We believe that life is lived and true victory won through adversity. Nothing easy is ever worth it. We believe in the warrior ethos and support those that choose to walk that path.
What's happening?
Hello, Gene.
You just working?
I'm closing out things because
Closing out some
I'm
work
working
while we're waiting.
Waiting to talk about being a workaholic.
You might be.
I might be. By the end of this episode, we're gonna
Find
out
out
if Heather is a workaholic.
I might be able to answer that for you.
Who is Charlie and Tim?
Charlie and Tim. So,
Tell me about this.
I pulled these out of an article. Tim Ferriss's, you know Tim Ferriss, the 4-hour work week.
Oh, that guy.
1 hour abs or whatever the hell the other book is. Anyway, it's from a post. Tim Ferriss's possessive. Tim Ferriss's assistant's sudden resignation serves as a warning for trying to have it all.
Oh, I see that.
An unlikely story of a slow-cooked 4-hour disaster. That's pretty funny, but it's about this guy who's a huge fan of Tim Ferriss, and he went and worked with him, and then wound up basically working himself almost to death. Right, so like he did so much work, like he didn't stop, he did everything, and Tim Ferriss was like, he thought everything was great. It turns out the guy's like slowly dying.
Wow.
So it's an extreme article, but I pulled things out of this that I think are pretty good that you could ask yourself. Now, I don't think I was going to say I don't think anybody's as extreme as that guy, but clearly that guy is. So there's, using logic, there are probably other people that are the same way. And that's a different scenario because it's like a person that you're like a fan of this person.
Yeah.
So,
So
like if Jocko called me and asked me to work on a project, I'd probably basically kill myself to get it done and get it right, because I'd want this guy to like me.
Ooh,
you know what I mean?
Well, that's a different conversation.
That's different. But
I see what you're saying. Now, this is like work as in like he was probably computer programming, or what was he doing? What kind of work?
He did like everything for the guy. So he did like, he helped him write his book. He helped him organize his life. Basically ran the guy's life.
Okay. So he quit the cool tech startup. So as we know, those are typically like ruthless when it comes to their work ethic, and you can be easily replaced by some young, typically single, fresh out of school.
Yeah.
Whatever, hire you for whatever, and you'll work your butt off.
And the whole almost killing him part was he discovered, medicine that would help him work 60 hours straight.
I've worked with a guy who did that.
I have too.
I
do right
beyond
now.
More than coffee.
Yeah.
As I'm drinking.
Right.
But like supplements, we'll call them that.
Supplements. Brain supplements.
Brain supplements.
Otherwise known as crack.
Or stimulants is one of the things. But yeah.
Yeah. You can't do that forever.
Yeah.
You'll die.
You think about like some of those, I've been to the Google headquarters, and there's literally coffee in every place. Like, they don't want you to leave. Like the environment is set up where you want to be working constantly.
Google's a trip.
It really is. They're like, don't worry, we'll bring lunch to your desk. It's that kind of mentality.
And I had a friend, Daniel Burka, that worked there, and they would pick him up at his house.
Oh my gosh!
And in a bus, like they pick up several people.
Yeah.
But on the bus was like workstations and like Wi-Fi.
Wow!
It was like it's a 45-minute ride into work. So here's a workstation, and it's like, wait, what? Like, and then you're there, and they like do your dry cleaning. They have a gym. They feed you.
Yep.
They have like activities you can do. Like stay here for 10 hours.
They have napping pods.
Yeah. Now, why would you need to be at work so long? You need a nap.
Well, they're trying to get as much out of you
You
as possible.
You should probably go home.
Yeah. I bet you people in New York, like when they put Wi-Fi on the trains, was like the downfall of the beginning of, 'cause people use those train rides as like, from the subway underground or whatever.
Yeah.
Wi-Fi.
What's a term for that?
What do you mean? Term for what?
Like when you're an addict, they call it edging, right? So
Edging.
you
Oh.
like say you're doing whatever and you find like the perfect chair to sit in, you get the lights just right so that like the last bit of that high is like perfect. Call it edging.
Wow, I've never heard that before.
So it's kind of like edging in work where it's like I'm going to get a little bit done before I get in, answer 10 or so emails, and then when I sit at my desk I don't have to think about these emails.
I used to do that. I used to think like that. That's why I don't think I'm a workaholic anymore. But I used to have that mentality.
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
Or and it spills into like as soon as you wake up, you like get your
Mhm.
phone and check your email just so I know.
Mhm. What you're walking into.
Yeah. But
Or you have,
here's the thing, that shit's gonna be there
your 3 different
regardless.
phones sitting out.
Yeah, you have 2 phones.
I do have Kevin Gates.
It's funny. Yeah, but that tripped me out when I visited Google a while back, and it was the same way. They were all like that though. Twitter was like that, and Google, and where else did we go?
Facebook?
No, we didn't make it on Facebook's campus. It was the company that made Angry Birds. I don't remember the name of the company, but that was the same way. That was in like a 10-story high rise, and the whole thing was like crazy town.
Yeah.
I'm sure Facebook's the same way.
Oh, I'm sure.
Gross.
Anyway, good thing I don't have to deal with that.
But see, working from home,
yeah,
it's probably worse.
I don't know.
It's probably worse. You'd have to have some serious discipline.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah,
Because I know that I watched my wife during COVID, and she was working from home, and it was very much like the moment she got up, just check some stuff, and then eat breakfast, get the kids off, and then get right back to it. And I would be home, because of course I work for myself, so it wasn't like a bunch of people around me. I could do what I wanted, but
yeah,
she'd still be working, and you do a little bit, and then go back up there and check some stuff. So that I know that working from home can really bleed into every minute of your day.
See, I didn't notice a big difference.
Okay.
Started working from home because this is my first work from home job I've had.
Okay.
So I haven't really noticed a big difference. I don't think I have.
What's something you did to help your transition from working from home from being in an office to working from home?
I have a designated office.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm gone. But the biggest thing is this stupid phone where I try to leave it at home when I go.
Okay.
Because I will be in the gym looking at my emails and stuff. I'm like, what am I doing, Heather?
I know.
So
are you multitasking like that?
They're
not paying you to multitask.
They're also not paying me to work, 12 hours a day.
No, they're not.
So, if I'm up working, looking at my phone by 7 and then I'm at the gym until 8:30 responding to emails, I don't know. But if I'm really disciplined, I don't look at it. And then once I leave my office, I'm done.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not always perfect, as you've seen, but
well, I mean, I think it's okay if it's like, if you do that. I mean, sometimes you have to get shit done.
There are certain situations where we have a big project going on or big escalation. All for working my butt off during those times. What about you, though? You work for yourself. It's a little bit more fluid. How do you set
it is
like a schedule or boundaries?
Well, there's 2 types, right? Everybody always, it's like, what's your morning routine? And it's like, I do these 10 things. Bullshit. You don't do those
I know.
10 things every fucking day. That's not how it works. So I find there's 2 types of schedules that I run. One is where I have requirements, right? Like, so there's a meeting with a client that's scheduled, Wednesday at 12. So, it's going to revolve around that. Like I can't leave at noon, you know,
Yeah.
like that's when we're doing that, or I'm doing a podcast, or like I'm picking the kid up or whatever. So there's set things.
Yeah.
Outside of that, what I try to do is I try to get as much done as I can as early as possible. So, you know, I can get in here by 8 and I'm usually done by about 10 or 11. Because, you know, come to find out, if you are undisturbed and you can just focus on the things you need to get done, you can get them done really quick. Like most of the time, you get them done really quick.
Yep.
Because for me, it's not about how many hours I work, and I don't get paid by the amount of hours I work. Right. I suppose if I got paid by the amount of hours I worked, I would spend 8 to 9 hours a day right there doing the thing in front of whoever's paying me, you know? So I get paid by, you know, milestones and when things get done. So usually the faster I get them to the milestone, you know, the faster and more correct the things are when I get to the milestone, the sooner I get paid. So that's usually what I do.
I think that's the whole philosophy behind the 4-day work week as well.
I think so.
Because
yeah,
I think beginning of the year
4-hour work week.
Oh, well, I'm talking about 4 days.
Like, but yeah,
4 hour. I can never get it done by 4.
Tim Ferriss's
4 hours.
book was the 4-hour work week. But now I know you're talking about the
4-day
work week.
I mean, for me, like if there was a time, there was holidays earlier this year, and I had like PTO for whatever.
Yeah.
I was being more efficient in those 4 days, like focused
in
4 days than I was 5. I was like, can I just always do this?
That's essentially what I try to do.
Yeah, it worked really, really well. I was like, man, we should just do this.
And I know, like, my business partners, they're like, man, you're fast. Like, I'm not really fast. I just like do it.
You're focused. Yeah.
Yeah, I do it because I don't need somebody to see me do it. I don't need a pat on the back to do it. I just need to get it done. So now that's not everything. Like, you know, talk about filing taxes. This is the last. I will make that last till October because I don't want to do it. But yeah, we're talking about like daily work tasks and things. But
yeah, I'm the same way. I'm very fast at work.
It doesn't always work out that way.
There's sometimes some things I'm like, I don't have any idea how to do this.
Oh yeah. So
then I'm like, I'm gonna wait a little bit.
Right.
Like there's one particular project at work I haven't even started yet because I'm like,
you kind of put it off, and
I'm gonna have to do it. But anyway,
yeah. My perfect day is, you know, get in at 8, get it done by 10. Do some research stuff that I want to do. Work on, you know, new things, like a new way to market a business or a new podcast to plan for, whatever. But generally be done by about lunchtime, and then the second half of the day is like, you know, fitness related things, martial arts related things at the house, or you know, taking care of other stuff. That's the perfect day. I hate being at work in the afternoon. I hate it.
Yeah,
I hate it. But I think it's a mindset shift too. You have to like shift and like defend your time.
You do. Yeah, if I don't block my calendar off, my work calendar at least, is if it's available, it can be booked at any time.
Let's talk about that.
So it's like you're available.
Let's talk about the calendar thing.
Ugh.
You have a public calendar
At work.
Yeah, at work. Other people can book your time
At any time.
Like at any time?
I mean, between like, I have my work schedule from like 9 to 5.
Okay.
So like from 9 to 5. Now I work in tech. As you know, tech people are usually not morning people. So typically my meetings
always 3 or 4 o'clock. Yeah.
Well, my meetings don't start until like 10.
Okay, cool.
Sometimes like 9 at the earliest, but that's like pushing it for a lot of these people.
Right.
But I've had bosses that want to schedule meetings at 6 o'clock at night. And I'm like, nope, not doing it. So I haven't had that issue in a while because I've set reoccurring calendar invites. Like what I was frantically doing before we started this was all this other stuff that I need to do for my campaign and just personal appointments. Like I'm getting on my calendar now, reoccurring. So my calendar's booked. It's private on my work calendar. They can't see what I'm doing.
Okay.
They don't need to know. But it's on there. Because I could show up tomorrow and be like, oh, look, I have like 10 meetings.
Ugh. How do you... I don't think I could handle that.
It took some adjusting. But I also like...
I don't know if I could ever adjust to that.
It's intense.
Yeah.
It can be intense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I get handed like, I could show you my calendar, but like I have like blocks of time just booked off because like I have like a chunk of time, like, so people can't book it. But I had to do that because I knew when I got back from taking today off that
you need time to just do things.
Yes. So I have shit booked off the next, like literally 2 weeks, but that's like my Monday. It's already booked completely. Yeah. So I'm like,
ugh.
Yeah. So you have to be very like judicious with my calendar.
Right.
So
it's a simple thing, but like I read this, I don't know, it's like a damn TikTok or Instagram or whatever, but it was like talking about whenever you're booking meetings and time to make sure you have like buffer time in between.
Yeah.
Because you need time to like in this one, write your shit down, get ready for the next one. Like literally call the next person. Like you need that time.
Yep.
I work with someone that doesn't understand that. And it's just like,
oh my gosh.
So what happens is your first meeting's fine, but then every subsequent meeting is late.
Yep. I've been booking my meetings for like, I'll end it 10 minutes early or 15 minutes early.
Right.
And then if we don't get what we need to do, I'm like, I'll find more time.
Yeah, we'll call you back later.
Yeah. But yeah.
We could probably do an entire
on scheduling
thing or how to run an effective meeting.
Oh my gosh.
Where you're like not
absolutely
sitting there for the whole day.
I'm telling you, some meetings are just, I will say that the meetings I'm in now are not pointless.
Yeah.
They're either client meetings, like, and there's a strict agenda. Like there's not a lot of fluff in my job anymore.
Right.
Or I just don't go.
Yeah.
And if someone's like, hey, you need to be there, I'm like, oh, okay, then I'll go. But usually I'm like, or if I don't see an agenda, there's also sometimes where I've reached out to people. I'm like, what is this meeting for?
Yeah. What are we doing?
I don't even see the client name. Yeah. What are we talking about? Do you need anything for me? Because I've joined meetings recently where they're like, the client's pissed and they're like yelling at me. I'm like, whoa.
I just showed up.
I literally, I have no idea. I'm like,
going on?
What the hell is going on? Why didn't you tell me about this? Send me an agenda next time.
Right.
Give me a freaking heads up.
Let me in on this.
Because I'm not going to like, unless I can handle it. I'm just like, oh, that sucks. Like, I'm getting yelled at today. That's cool.
That's not good.
But it's all fine. You build a thick skin, I guess.
You probably, yeah. Well, let's look at this. How to check in on yourself to see if you're a workaholic.
Oh my gosh. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
These are more like questions. I think you could just kind of see where you stand on. So let's go through with them. Let's go through them and let's explore them. So not numbered, not in any necessarily, specific order, but do I feel guilty or anxious when I'm not working? You do?
I do, yeah.
Oh, it's one for you. I do not, however.
We need a tally. We need like a dry erase board, a little tally. Yeah, I do.
Okay.
But I am what I try to do is just write all the stuff down I need to do. And be like, okay, that can wait. Like, you always have a list of stuff you need to do, right?
Yeah.
And every day
it's never going to go away.
I'm like, okay, what's the one thing I have to get done today?
Ever is it going to go away?
And this stuff can just wait. So
yeah.
And then that changes every day. So
yep.
That's how I try to alleviate that, especially when it used to affect my sleep. Does not anymore.
Okay.
This crap does not affect my sleep anymore.
But it used to?
Oh, it used to. Oh, absolutely.
Well,
when I was young in my career, I would be like just stressing over work.
Yeah, well, I have things that will cause me to lose sleep.
That's true.
Like owing people money or like,
oh my gosh, yes.
some client that I know, I got to talk to this person tomorrow because we fucked up this project or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Now,
Situational.
yeah,
situational.
But generally speaking, because I'm not completing tasks that I thought I might, I don't care. Like, doesn't mean I don't care about my work. I just don't.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm too old. I don't identify myself by the things I do every day in terms of, the job. Like,
I think you learn that as you get older.
I think so too.
Because I don't do that either anymore.
Yeah.
I used to.
I mean, I worry about my legacy. I worry about, like, what am I leaving behind when I'm done with an entire project? Like, what are we leaving behind? How is this client feeling about what we just did? I worry about that, but I don't lose sleep over it.
Yeah.
Have I stopped playing with my friends?
I haven't.
Good.
I schedule time. I have to schedule it though.
Well,
but you have to work. Like, I had
is that
pizza.
Like a half point?
That counts. I have a lot of goals I'm trying to accomplish. So so like Friday night.
Being an adult is
I had that
heavy on the schedule.
I had scheduled to have pizza and wine with a couple of my friends. We watched some
That's cool.
TV Friday night and we hung out and had a great time. And but we had to schedule that like a month in advance.
Yeah. I mean, and people have kids, and I mean, it's like
busy schedules, they travel.
Yeah, but it's not solely because of your job.
No,
this is the point.
No,
so you get a 0 there. Good.
Damn, gee.
Or a 1. I don't know how.
Oh, that's a 0.
If you get a point,
no, I get a point. That's not good.
1, 2.
So I get a 0 for that one. I play with my friends. I have
It's like 9 or 10 here, so you don't.
I make sure I have fun.
Yeah. I was just talking to somebody about, like, I was asking, it was like a month and a half ahead. I was like, what are you doing on this day? And we're like, it's like a month and a half from now, dude. I was like, I know, but like,
hey, you gotta
make sure you don't miss it. And I was like, man, you remember the days like when you were just like, what are we gonna do? I don't know. Let's go create some problems or something.
Yeah. Do whatever you want to do.
It was like literally no plans.
Yeah. Conversely, so to that point, being an adult, this is about just scheduling again, but I was trying to coordinate like a family vacation. You know my family. I don't know why the hell I'm trying to do this.
Other family people.
Other family people.
Well, that's a different podcast.
Oh my gosh. But this is similar but opposite.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, how does August, the week of the 18th, 2023 sound for you? They're like, I don't know what I'm going to be doing that week. I'm like, no shit.
Yeah,
that's why we're planning it now.
Let's put something down. Yeah.
But to that point, it's just like.
Yeah, I have family members that are like that too.
Yeah.
I'm like, how am I supposed to know? I'm like,
that's the whole point.
This is why I'm saying, let's create something.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So anyway, I just thought that was really fun. I'm like, you know what? Forget I even mentioned it.
Yeah.
I'm not even trying again.
Or there's the other side of that where you're like, how about we get together? Like, cool, I'll be over right about 2 hours.
I'm like
that's not what I meant.
No.
That is not what I meant.
Not today.
Like, what are you doing Saturday?
Yeah.
Something. I don't know. I didn't mean that quick.
I need more time to prepare.
We need a month. Do all of my daily activities revolve around building a more successful career?
No.
Ruh-roh.
You?
Ruh-roh. Huh?
What do you think? That's a point for me?
I think it's a point for both of us.
I don't know. I don't think working out or.
Is it though?
It is the business.
It's like,
but I don't do that to.
But is it?
To do it for the career. I don't.
Is it because you're doing it to build your status inside of a company, or have you engineered your life to where your job is the things you like to do? I think those are very different. It's a very different
both
shake out of the
both.
Yeah.
I mean, when I go in and personally work out, a lot of times I'm there alone working out.
Yeah.
Like no one's around.
Right.
So I'm like, I'm doing it for people to see me work. You know what I mean? So I don't know. Yeah. But at the same time, I do want to lead by example for the business.
I'm going to give us zeros on that because I think
a 0.
I think that the intention of this is that is everything you're doing at work and at home in order to build your reputation at work.
Again, when I was younger, it used to be.
Yeah.
Like everything I did, whether it was social or I just remember looking back at my calendar, and I would be going to like 10 events every week.
I was the same way.
Networking, you're networking, you're networking. You're always trying to
it's like
get in there. And I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I could be doing that still, but I don't want to. So yeah, exactly.
All right.
So no, 0. All right. Cool.
Am I always sleeping fewer than 8 hours per night? Yes.
You get a point for that. But I already know that.
It's not because of work.
But you don't need sleep.
I do need sleep.
For some reason.
I need sleep, but I only need about 5 hours of sleep.
That's ridiculous.
I can show you the.
I'm blown away by this.
We have one of those beds that it's the one that like adjusts and tracks your sleep patterns and stuff.
Wow.
And it will send you. It sends me a report every month, and it's like average 5 hours sleep. Average quality is like 5 hours as well. So.
Wow.
I don't know what the deal is. Like I'm like head on pillow, good sleep.
And you're like,
and I'm up at 4 a.m. Yeah.
Yeah. I need 7.
7's good. Yeah.
I need 7.
Yeah.
Less than that. Oof,
I don't know that
it's a little shaky.
I don't know that I'm the best me that I could be with only 5 hours of sleep though. Because I know I feel a lot better when I get 7 hours. But I can go for 5 for a long time without dying. So
I will say it also depends on the amount of work I'm doing, as in like working out and stuff.
Yeah.
So I've been working out really hard the past month.
Absolutely true.
And last night, so I've been taking this stuff called Kin. It's like a herbal, non-alcoholic aperitif, if you will.
Aperitif.
It's called aperitif.
I need to look this up.
You should. You actually might like it. So it's like I put it with almond milk.
How do you spell it?
Kin. So it's kind of like it's a non-alcoholic kind of like mixer, but it is really, really good. But I did that at night, and I worked out.
Oh, it's the number 1. Yeah, Kin.
Yeah, it's pretty good. They have some daytime stuff too.
Kin Euphorics.
Okay. Yeah. So I had that stuff on like reoccurring shipment from Amazon. I get it like every 2 weeks, and it'd be about the same as buying like a couple nice bottles of wine. But this is obviously better. So
aperitif. That's the first time I've ever heard that term.
Anyway, I sleep like last night. I worked out really hard last night. Had a long day, so I was like, when my alarm went off this morning, I was like, oh my gosh, I am so tired still. But my body needed more recovery time, I think.
I think that's different.
So it also depends on what you're doing. So I've been working out really hard.
Yeah.
So your body needs more recovery time. Because we're not like professional athletes sitting around getting massages all day.
And I think the spirit of this is that you are up late doing shit for other people.
Right.
Which I am definitely not.
Sometimes I do, but not all the time.
Doing it for myself because I just like to watch YouTube. I am consuming stimulants multiple times per day to hide my exhaustion. Yes, but no.
Depending on the former question.
I am not hiding my exhaustion.
Oh, no, I don't hide it.
I just like it. I like to drink so much coffee. My brain is buzzing. Like, I like it. I like it.
I like coffee too.
I like the way it tastes. I like the way it smells.
I like the communal
the way I
effect
feel
around it.
Man.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of coffee. But I don't hide it, but it also depends on how much sleep I get.
Yeah, if I'm tired, I just tell everyone, I'm tired, leave me alone.
I can also see my family was like, I don't know if it's like a I didn't start drinking coffee until I was in college, but my family, my grandmother, my mother, I have aunts like this too on my mother's side, but they can drink coffee all day up until bedtime and go to bed and be sleep fine.
Yeah.
But they just like sip on it. And it's kind of weak coffee.
Yeah.
And they
my parents' coffee is really weak.
Yeah, but they'll drink it all day. But
I will say I have gone from a dark roast to a light roast.
I've went to medium. I can't do
medium or light,
heavier.
and because I'll drink 4 or 5 cups, and I don't want like. I do find that if I drink, because this is a small cup today, but I usually have one of these. It's like a big thing, and I'll just kind of work my way through it over a couple of hours, 3 or 4 hours. But if I do like 2 of those, I do find that I don't like how I feel.
It's too much.
Because it's too much. It definitely feels like too much. But if I, whatever. So I tried to.
What do you put in your coffee? Anything?
Cut back. I put stevia.
Okay.
And then I've been using this oat milk creamer, but it's like, I'd say 99% coffee, 99.8% coffee,
really?
and then just a little bit of
Cream, yeah.
yeah.
I do collagen in mine. I do collagen every morning.
I was doing that. I was doing the Bubs
Okay.
collagen for a while.
I do ancient.
It's really cool because like after like 3 days, your fingernails need to be cut again.
Yeah.
Your hair grows.
My hair size, like
it's good shit.
My hair grows like crazy.
Yeah.
My nails are like,
Yeah.
I just cut them.
Yeah.
They're long, but I do that. I have been doing like a little bit of half and half.
Well, I find
it's like my splurge is like that, and I use coconut sugar in mine.
Cool. I do for the past couple of months I've been doing intermittent fasting.
Mm-hmm.
So not trying to eat until about noon or 1 o'clock, and the more of the creamer you can break your fast, right? So I've been trying to, and the collagen,
some good fat, yeah.
It's debatable whether the collagen will break your fast or not, but I kind of feel like it will, like in enough of amount to make a difference.
It's 45 calories.
Yeah, anything approaching that 50 calorie mark,
it's debatable.
Kind of like, so I just cut it out.
There's an episode of I saw regarding intermittent fasting, which is we're going down a rabbit hole right now, but
that's what this whole podcast is, a giant rabbit hole.
Is how women need to fast differently than men.
Yeah,
because of our body types.
Yeah.
So I've done intermittent fasting myself, and I can never make it past like 11 o'clock. I'm like, I'm gonna kill somebody.
Yeah, well, the article was, man, I wish I could find that.
You must have seen the same one.
Probably from the same sources, but it was like, depending on the time of the month, basically you should apparently be fasting then, but then when you're not, you should not be. I don't remember, but I'd not thought about that. But
what's cool though is like you can, if you're in touch with your body, like you can tell.
Right.
So like this morning I had like some greens and like nothing too crazy, and then I'll be fine until like 1. But I also had like coffee with like my collagen creamer and stuff like that.
It's amazing how many people just aren't in touch with how they feel. Like they're just like, I feel like shit and I have no idea why.
Like wake up, eat. And they just do, they don't pay attention to their bodies.
I haven't drank any water in like 47 hours.
I don't know how people like they don't drink water.
You should probably do that.
Right. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I do. I drink coffee. But that's it. I don't drink energy drinks.
Yeah.
I don't think Fit Aids or Kill Cliffs really count.
Depends on
Kill Cliffs has caffeine in it though.
Depends on which one it is.
Right.
Some of the Fit Aids
I don't like, I need my NOS.
I think it depends on
energy.
The caffeine source as well. Like,
yeah,
a lot of them have like natural caffeine sources, and some of them have like, shit made in the lab.
I used to work with a guy who would sip, speaking of people you used to work with, he would sip those little Red Bull energies.
The what are they called? The
bowl. What are they?
10-hour energies or 5-hour energies or whatever.
He would sip those all day long.
Yeah.
And not eat. And then he would eat like the plainest chicken breast. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And like that was it. And I was like, are you okay?
Yeah. I think it's like a bodybuilding thing.
I don't know. I've done bodybuilding before.
That's true. You have. I don't know.
That's not. Now, I will say I was
a fasting thing, maybe?
I don't want to get into the conversation about him, but he's a complete control freak. Yeah. So I think there was some like body morphia happening there with him, which can also happen in bodybuilding, which is why I'm not really interested anymore, because it, it changes. It can impact. You can't look like that all the time.
Oh, no. Yeah.
And you don't realize that unless you live like him, which is like fucking awful.
It's like people in movies where it's like, what is it? What is the standard movie person getting ripped diet? It's like chicken breast, broccoli, and rice.
Yep.
They all say that. And it's like, well, they did that for 3 months so they could take their shirt off for like 5 seconds.
And get paid $10 million.
Yeah, you can't live like that. You can't be like that 365 a year.
You can, but
what a sad life.
What a really sad life.
Oof. I like hamburgers too much.
Me too.
Whew.
Me too. It's interesting. I've had a couple guys, because they've seen my pictures and stuff. They're like, guys I've dated or whatever. They're like, "Oh, you gonna do that again?" Like they want me to, and I'm like, because that's a whole other thing. But I'm like, I don't think so. I like eating. And I like drinking wine, and I like having fun.
Yeah.
I like pizza.
Yeah.
But I don't think I've ever had to take stimulants, or I've never hidden my exhaustion. Well, I guess I have when I was younger, but
Okay, this next one.
oh
I think we're gonna
gosh.
get ones on this.
Oh, we're both.
Am I still sitting still and staring at screens for most of my waking hours? Yes. I'm gonna go yes.
Oh, I get a point.
But I'm not working on things for other people in that time. I have lots of projects and things that,
Yeah.
and I create things on a computer.
Yeah.
So yes,
Yeah.
yes. And I get the weekly report on my iPhone, and I spend way too much time on that thing every day.
Oh, it gets you the screen time.
Because like social media and stuff is part of what I do as well. So
Yeah.
like I kind of need to use it, but yeah, that's a 1. So far we're on 2. We have 2.
So I get that, but I also do that for enjoyment, because I don't say my hobbies, but my other interests outside of just working, I like looking at like home improvement stuff
God.
and interior design and fashion and like food recipes. Like, so I'm on Instagram, and usually all the shit that I follow is like that centric, or working out, or like fun stuff.
I don't remember what it was like before I had 15 different screens to look at all day.
How did you find anything? That's where I look back, I'm like, so did you go to the library and get a cookbook? You know, like, how did you had to go to Paris to go to a fashion show.
Some comedian, I think it was Theo Vaughn, he was telling a joke. He was like, remember back in the day when you didn't know something, you just didn't know it? you just walked around being dumb.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm thinking back, I'm like, how did I?
You didn't know
but
it
the thing is
until
like,
someone knew it and would tell you.
No, I had magazines.
Yes.
So I had fashion magazines. I got Vogue. I got Cosmopolitan. Like, so that's how I learned fashion. Like, in my Home Beautiful. So I had magazines.
Yeah, we had magazines.
And TV.
And bad TV.
And bad
like 3
TV.
channels. Yeah.
Right. But it's true. Like, I had HGTV, and then.
But I don't remember what it was like before.
I don't either.
I mean, I just remember like, and I tried to do that. Certain people think I'm like, they're like, just look it up. And I'm like, no, I'm going to try to remember this. Even if it takes me a week. I don't want you to tell me. It's going to come to me. I want to try to remember it.
I've done that, hanging out with people, with friends and stuff. We all tend to have a habit of like, oh, let me just look at it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so fast.
And I try to like not do that. Like you said, intentionally.
Use my synapses that connect to things.
Or just be like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then how cool is it to be able to just pick up your phone and know?
Very cool.
It's kind of nuts.
It's helpful.
So
the Jesus phone.
But I do look at my phones quite a bit.
Well, how about this next one? Do I interact with people primarily through screens? I feel like that one has changed so much.
I mean,
since they wrote this article.
When was the article written? I have it pulled up here.
Article was July 13th. It was this year. So but still, I think, I don't know.
I mean, yes, but to hang out
I'm just saying,
with
like,
people,
Zoom is like.
Well, I work remotely.
Yeah, so you're definitely going to be on screens with people.
At least 8 hours of my day are spent talking to people over Microsoft Teams.
Yeah.
So that's it.
But you don't have relationships with people only via.
Well, I have before.
An internet connection. You know what I mean?
But no, my goal, like, typically in talking with friends, is to figure out when we can actually see each other.
Yeah, but like, but your primary mode of, like, we text a lot.
We text a lot, but we're like, hey, you want to work out? We see each other almost every day.
Yeah.
We do stuff. We practice karate. We work out. We do podcasts, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think typically I do talk to people through screens.
I think I'm gonna give us a 1 on that one, but I think that.
But okay.
I don't think it necessarily relates to work. I don't understand.
It doesn't. But think about growing up, Gene. I know at least when I was in like living back home when I was young in high school, we had a phone in the kitchen with a long cord. And if it wasn't a cell phone, it was going to be that phone. My friends would call. We talk for 2 hours on the phone every night.
Yeah. What's the difference?
So what's the difference? So because it's like communicate. You can't be at someone's house all the time.
Back then, if I had a screen to do
it'd
that,
be
I
on a
would have done
screen.
that because
Exactly.
that's really cool.
So like, I get what it's saying, but at the same time,
Let me ask you a question.
You need that interaction. Yes, Gene.
How many people do you text and call versus FaceTime?
Oh, depends.
Because you do FaceTime with people.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because I'm Generation X.
Oh yeah, you will never. I will never FaceTime you.
I will never.
No.
Ever.
I know.
Ever answer your FaceTime.
I know.
I'm just not gonna do it.
I'm never gonna FaceTime you. I already know that. But
I've had people I'm like, what is that?
So
no.
I have a friend who's your age, and I FaceTimed her one time. She's like, "Oh, this is a FaceTime."
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, yeah,
but I feel like
because we were talking about we were like sending pictures because we were like having dinner or something.
Yeah.
And we were sending pictures of each other, but I'm like, just FaceTime me. And she's like, "Oh, I didn't even think about that."
Yeah.
So I would never do that with you, Gene, by the way. Unless I think I did that one time because the fan wasn't working or something.
Different. Yeah.
Something was broke.
Yeah, I would say don't do that to anyone over 45. For sure. They're not going to answer. But I think there's an age, like maybe at like 65, where every phone call is a FaceTime.
And then all you see is like this.
Yeah, they're just like
up
going to
their
try
nose.
to make it happen. Yeah.
But no, there are some friends like I will.
But I know my kids will
I'll FaceTime and it'll just sit there and we'll work together.
Yeah, that's what they'll just like FaceTime and play a video game.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Like,
yeah, we do that.
What are you doing?
We do that.
Yeah.
If we can't like be in the same place or whatever, or like I have a friend, she travels a lot for work. So like she'll FaceTime me driving back from wherever. And I'll be just sitting there typing and I'll be like, mother. She's like, what the hell happened? So I'm working, we're kind of working together, but talking and
See, I
talk to people all day long.
I would like to hear from more Gen Xers if that's a thing, because that would drive me fucking crazy.
Oh yeah. See,
I'll hang up on you. Like I've had people like some people I work with, whatever. They're like, they'll call and they're like, blah, 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 and I'll answer the question. And they're like, hold on. I can hear them typing and I'm just like, delete. Like I'm done. Like if you're not actively engaging, and I know they're like waiting and then they're going to ask me something else, but I'm like, you can just message me later. Like I don't want to sit on the line with you.
Oh, see, I'll sit on the line with a friend for 2 hours.
No, not doing it.
And we'll just work on stuff together or not at all.
No.
It's like kind of like we're working in the same place, but we're not.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Oh, see, I like that. See, I'm the kind of person where...
Is that because of working remotely?
It might be.
Okay.
Because I work alone. I live alone.
Yeah.
So like, I don't have like just people around me.
Yeah,
and my dog.
Office is in your house.
Right. And, so like, I don't...
Yeah.
Unless I like plan to get outside my house.
Right.
All my shit's there. My monitors and like I deal with a lot of data and stuff.
It's like a surrogate for this.
Yeah.
Like
yeah,
we're working on stuff like kind of the same thing. Because if we're in the same room in the same office, I'd be like, hey, what about that thing? You'd be like, oh, it's over there, and cool. We keep moving.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I can't do it. I'm like, nah.
Yeah.
Got to get off the line. So
interesting.
I'm gonna give you a 1.
I'll take a 1. That's
I'm
fine.
gonna take a 0.
What? Bullshit. You get a 1 too.
I don't care. I think we're okay. Am I indoors all day long, depriving myself of fresh air and sunlight? F to the no.
No, I'm not.
No.
I walk my dog at least once a day.
Yeah.
I'll go for a walk myself. I try to get out. Even the winter time, I will go sit outside for like 20 minutes a day.
If I have a lot of work to
sit out there in my backyard.
Yeah, that's exactly. If I have a lot of work to do and I know like I'm going to be tied to this computer for 8 hours, about 2 or 3 hours into it, I'll change. I'll go stand over there, or then I'll go home and go over there, or go to an office over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I won't stay in the same place for 8 hours. I will come out of that room killing people. Can't do it. So, but I understand what they're saying. If you're just sitting in your office all day,
those people, they work all day, they get in their car, they drive home, they go to bed, they get back in the car, they come to the office. I know plenty of people like that.
Yeah.
Not me. Yeah. Or I'll get bored, or like I'll just like go outside and pick up sticks in my yard.
I don't get that bored, but yeah.
Or something just to get me out.
Sure.
Because back to the first thing here, I feel guilty or anxious when I'm not working. So like,
I want to change that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll go pick up sticks. It's outside.
Do I depend on alcohol or drugs to cope with social situations outside of work?
No.
These are supposed to be red flags, but I think that one would be like
that's a big red flag.
Result of the other things. But
I don't use it to cope with what does it mean social situations?
I don't know.
Because you're like anxious being around people?
They didn't really say in the article, but
okay.
Do I depend on alcohol or drugs to cope with social situations outside of work?
Interesting.
Maybe it's to like calm you down because you're not working.
Oh. I mean, I can be guilty of that.
So you're like, oh, I'm going to go spend time with my family, but I'm really anxious because I shouldn't be wasting this time. I should be working.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No. I'm not like that, but
or like you can't just watch a movie because you should take the 3 hours and do some work. So you're going to just get plastered.
Because you can't handle sitting there and just watching a movie.
I don't know.
Well, I can't sit there. I'm not a big sit there and watch a 3-hour movie thing.
Depends on the movie. You can't watch a good movie for 3 hours?
No.
You're inching close to that one.
I am. But I'm not taking drugs.
You're taking this
to watch the movie.
You're doing this kin thing.
It's like the kin thing.
You're just trying to. I don't know.
Forks. Oh man, no, I don't do that to cope with situations outside of work. I've been like, I'll say beaten down when it comes to social situations, but I can be pretty much in any situation and feel fine with it. I don't know. I don't understand that question.
I don't either. All right, so back to the article. There's a section here. Ask yourself, is this worth it? Would you still be doing all this work if your doctor told you that you had an incurable cancer and had 4 weeks to live? Probably not.
No.
Yeah. Which
I mean,
I always those statements are always funny because it's like, yeah, just quit your job, go do something else. Not everybody can do that.
The thing is like if I only had 4 weeks to live, then I wouldn't need any more money. So I could live. I could make it before they come repo my house.
Yeah, I have 4 weeks in my bank account.
Yeah, I could do that.
But the last little bit here, remember, stop taking on so much work. Stop kissing the butt of your boss. Say no a hell of a lot more. Stop people pleasing. Add more play to your life. I don't think you're a workaholic.
I don't think so. I used to be.
Yeah.
I used to be. I think we're both very like goal oriented and driven. And when we have a job in front of us, we're going to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to kill myself.
Yeah. Right. You just have to live. You still have quality of like enjoyment of being awake.
Yeah. I like having fun.
Yeah. I don't like having fun. No fun.
I know. Buzzkill.
Yeah.
Let's finish on a high. Jim's kid.
Yeah. I think that, if you look at this article or any of those things, if those things are like hitting you, you're like, shit, that's me,
It's hard to like
just
see it. Yeah. But once you see it, you're like, oh shit.
Yeah, but I think maybe just try to somehow try to like honestly ask your friends if you still have any.
That's true. If you don't have any friends, that's a good.
Just ask somebody like,
yeah,
do I work too much? Whatever. Especially if you're, abusing drugs and alcohol to kind of cope with it. That's definitely bad. Yeah. So
well, good. I think we got this one barely. But
no, I think we crushed it. I don't think we're workaholic.
I don't think so.
And yeah, I think you just have to have a perspective on why you're doing things, and like they say in G.I. Joe, knowing's half the battle. So if you know why,
that's right.
If you know why you're doing something, it can help you navigate it and not get sort of. I think the problem is if you're doing all these things and you don't know, you're doing them, you don't know how you got there, and you don't know how you're affecting other people. That's the bad part because you're just not aware. Being aware of like, well, this year I am a workaholic. I'm going to kick this shit's ass because I have a bigger goal. I don't know how bad that is,
I mean, there's a whole thing about working your ass off for a short period of time for the work you do today
for the goal.
For your future self.
Yeah.
At the same time, another good question to be is like, what are your priorities?
Yeah, that's right.
Who are your priorities?
Yeah, I mean,
if it's not your body, clearly, because most of the stuff is like impacts your health, and that's why this guy was dying. Like, you know, like if you're not going to be eating well, you're overstimulating, you're not sleeping, you're on your way to a cardiac arrest. You're gonna die young. You're gonna be literally taking years off your life. So, is it worth it?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I think that's the point of
that's the whole point.
The last bit there. Okay.
That was fun.
Quit your job. No,
I'm out.
I'm kidding. Don't quit your job.
I can't do that.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to know we're not workaholics, but if you are, get some help.
Seek help. Yep. For sure.
All right.
Later.
That's it.
Until the next one.